Hello and welcome to Loose Buttholes Reviews. Today we are reviewing The X from Outer Space from 1967.
Yes, this movie.
So
Definitely the weakest one we've watched.
very definitely the weakest one. I'm very
Yeah, we'll get the
disappointed,
reviews.
very disappointed that we are ending Kaiju month with a dud, but it's fine cuz there will be Kaiju month next year.
2.5 for me.
And a 1.5 for me. Should I get
Gotcha.
into it first
Yeah.
since I'm the lowest rating?
Yes.
The acting is terrible. The kaiju doesn't come into play until 47 minutes, 47, 48 minutes, and even then it
Yeah,
really doesn't
there's a lot
come.
of space shenanigans.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time in space, which I kind of understand, but then they also introduce a Martian plot line that goes
Well,
nowhere.
it started with the Martian pipeline because the flying fucking Smuckers thing.
Yeah, that was definitely a flying smoker sandwich. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Like either that or it's a like a chopped off nipple. I don't know.
No, I was thinking it could be that or two paper plates with a light in between.
Or nipple flavored Smuckers
Imagine,
sandwich.
but it was that went nowhere. They didn't even show the aliens. They just showed the spaceship. The
Yeah, and
so
apparently it seems we know why.
and they introduce a couple that's supposed to be married, but they end up not being married apparently.
I think they were split up.
Oh, okay. You think they like got divorced or something?
Yeah, because that's like in the beginning, she was like when she was there's like tension of like them not, and she was turning the thing, but she still loved him. But I think they were split up, but then they got together again in the end.
Gotcha. Yeah, and the blonde lady apparently. Oh, the lip syncing in this was god awful. Like even
Though yeah, like all of them were horrible, but I have to say I had more respect for the blonde lady when it showed like I think he might have been a Russian guy. Because that's kind of what's interesting about this is they had a pretty. It seemed like they had a kind of a diverse group of characters. I'd like to look up the. I probably should look up the actors because I wonder where like a lot of these guys are from. They're all
yeah,
American or if they're from
it
like.
had a diverse cast, and not only that, but it also had a diverse extras as well. Like you pointed out, like there was a few African American people in the background.
Yeah,
So, and
and
that was
not in
like,
like an offensive role or anything too.
no, they were just an extra doing like random science shit in the background. Like they and one did a little shrug. They gave him a little part. Like they were like, I don't know what
He's
that's
the
about.
best character.
Yeah, but but I was going to give this a Jeff Goldblum, but I love the kaiju design. I just and the sounds that they have the kaiju making is phenomenal. I do love the sounds that the kaiju make, but the destruction scenes was cheap and terrible when the kaiju was going on the rampage. That it was god awful, like god awful, like literally there's one building that the kaiju like walks away from, and then the military comes in and flies, and then they show the building destroyed. Like it was the military itself that just carpet bombed the building, and the kaiju had nothing to do with it. And so that was another thing that
What the
gave it
fuck
a
is this movie
point.
called?
And the fucking soundtrack was banging, dude. I love the soundtrack. I was not
Oh yeah,
joking.
the mariachi like jazz fusion.
Yes, like it was so fucking amazing, dude. I was like, dude, this was original work. That was original soundtrack, definitely.
What was
So I
this
give them
movie?
props for
What was
that.
this movie called again?
The X from Outer Space.
The X from Outer Space. Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah, they call it Gulala in it. Gilala?
At at what point was the X ever mentioned?
Never. I'm going to
Okay.
guess the
What
X
makes
from
it an
Outer
X?
Space is just supposed to be. It's supposed to keep the monster mystery. Oh, we don't know what the X from Outer Space is, even though it's blatantly
Also,
on
also,
the
I,
poster.
I want to put this. I need to put this out there in the ether on our movie to make list. You know, of course, after Orca 2, Orca 2 is priority. That's
Yes, Orca 2, we definitely have to make Orca 2 first.
but when we want to get a little bit more risque, we got to do the XXX from outer space.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah. When we
It's the perfect
finally
setting.
when our films have finally flopped and we can't get any more work. But the whole time here's the thing. It's not going to be a porno. We're going to lead up to sexual encounters, but something interrupts it from ever happening, from the girl like ever getting undressed or something. Like just blue ball it.
Okay, so there's a German dude in it.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, I kind of.
Hans Gruber. I think he was the one that had the fucking terrible, like the worst
Yeah, he was
lip
definitely
sync.
the worst lip synced individual, but everybody was. This is not. It's not really on him because the whole audio track was off.
Yeah.
Like even the regular, the native speakers, their mouths weren't matching up either.
Hmm.
So it half was probably because he was speaking German, but the other half is definitely they just was not on track whatsoever. I hate how
So
this definitely was a one and done kind of movie. They did one take every time and just that was it. And I kind of understand with the kaiju destruction that it's kind of hard to do multiple takes with that, but they definitely should have. They needed to practice at least because it was the kaiju's rampage is unacceptable, dude. Like that's the
hey, when it happened, it just went nonstop.
like it just kept going and going and it's like all right, can the
I
movie
like
just
how
end?
like how progressively just like childishly like it child having a temper like angry he was getting just kicking the thing like throwing things like eh.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't even like having an actual rampage. It was more throwing a tantrum tantrum like a child. Yeah, you're completely right on that.
What was it called? Gilala?
Ilala, I think. Yeah, which is a decent name. It. I'm not gonna lie. It did remind me of the new Dragon Ghost type Pokemon, Drampy, and
Yeah.
its evolution line. I was just like, yes, I have to get one and name it. I have to name it after it now.
Yeah, it had good monster noises.
Oh yeah, I love like I said, the reason why this wasn't a Jeff Goldblum was because of the kaiju. The kaiju gave it a point, and the point five is because this is the to be honest, this is like one of the very first movies where in a long time where I even cared about the soundtrack, let
Hmm.
alone like the soundtrack to the point where I'm probably gonna look it up and actually listen to it by itself.
This has the quality of uh, a, an Ultraman episode without Ultraman, though.
Mm,
Like an old Ultraman.
low brow Ultraman, yeah.
But just like, but without Ultraman, so it's like we don't even. It's just like one of the kind of like off
Yeah,
day
and
monsters that are recycled. gets kind of like thrown in.
And I don't even really understand like how they defeated the monster, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they had to go to the moon for some reason
and
to
they
like do
created
something, and then
something
they
out of
somehow
something.
put some type of fucking monster kryptonite. I have no idea. It made
uh,
it like have they bukkakied it. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. It kind of reminded me of that one disease ants can get that crystallizes them.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of
But they
of
did.
just being
But
covered in cum.
yeah, yeah. It was definitely terrible, and they didn't even really kill it because it just reverts back to an egg, and they seal it up, and that's
Yeah,
it. And
and
apparently,
it seemed like there could be more of those though.
yeah, because there was like a million of the, like, not a million. There was a quite a few of the eggs on the ship when they collected the first egg.
Yeah, that never really became a plot point again, did it?
No, no, that no, they kind of ignored. They kind of cleaned them off, and that was it. The
Hmm.
space aliens didn't even try to coat the ship again when they encountered them later on in the movie for some fucking reason. Like, I don't understand why they went. Oh yeah, they went back in space to create the bullshit. Yeah, yeah, and then the aliens come and try to stop them from delivering what they created, because somehow the aliens knew that they
They never went to
created.
Mars.
No, they didn't. They never went. They never made it to Mars.
The aliens wouldn't let them. I
Yeah.
remember. Uh, uh, remember the fucking their space map of like their trajectory?
Oh yeah, it was really weird.
It looked like it was like a kindergarten. Like here's the Earth, here's the Moon, and here's the Mars.
Oh yes, yes. That it was really awful. Oh, but then they actually got a map. You
Oh yeah,
pointed
then they
that
got
out.
that fucking crazy ass like map where they had like the dude like having to be like with the fucking like I don't even know what you call those things, a lift
Yeah, it was a lift. It was a legit.
to
It was
like
a
move the
legit
little
fucking like scissor lift type deal.
yeah. Which I still I think that's like I don't know they really I feel like that's where all the map budget went into. That's why that other room couldn't have a proper map.
Definitely, they definitely got some. That definitely was a pre-made trajectory map that wasn't made for the movie at all. I feel like I could find that like in a science textbook somewhere.
I feel like that was just made by someone on set real quick and like they're like here's what I got that you gave me like 20 minutes.
Hey, that could be something, but to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, it could just be my mind fucking with me. But it seems very familiar, like I've seen it outside of this movie.
We'll be looking out for it.
Fall out if I do
So,
ever see it.
yeah,
Um,
but
but you have to justify why it's a almost a average film for you before we sign off.
because for one, it's better than the newer Mortal Kombat. Uh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of laughs. I laughed a lot through it. Uh, it I definitely it's like it's definitely not a three because I would say that to be like a watch again. But honestly, like if someone put this on that didn't see it, I'd probably stick around to see their reaction. But I'd be laughing mostly at their reaction.
Yeah,
And I guess in certain scenes that'd be the entertainment out of it. But
I might,
yeah, and
I
I
might,
mean I don't know.
I regret
I didn't
watching this.
regret it. I liked it.
I was gonna say that
I had fun.
I might feel
And
the same way when it comes to if someone like turned it on, I might sit and watch it, but I don't know. I don't know. The whole time I might be sighing. Just
But I mean, like, I definitely have my issues with it. That's why it's under. I mean, like, as I think I even told you, like, when it finally ended, I was just like, that felt longer than Dune.
yes, yes, it felt so much longer than it was. Like,
Which wasn't like only like an hour and like what, 20 something minutes?
an hour and 28 minutes. And to be honest, it felt like time when before the kaiju showed up, it felt like the movie was going at a steady pace. But as soon as the kaiju came into the picture, the egg of the kaiju even, like, it just slowed to a fucking crawl. It's like, when is this ending?
Yeah, I think yeah, I did enjoy the people, even though they weren't good at acting. That it
Yeah,
was
I
really
to be
funny.
honest, I enjoyed the first act more than I did the kaiju act, and that's just because the effects, the acting of the kaiju, the and how the plot is going at that point, it's just like a fucking mess, and it's just it's so disappointing. This kaiju deserved a way better film.
It was like a batshit fucking Star Trek.
It's a very disappointing
Like
film for me. Very
fever
disappointing.
dream Star
Like I said,
Trek.
it almost got a Jeff Goldblum. It almost got a Jeff Goldblum, but the Kaiju and soundtrack did save it. I I'm not gonna lie. And to be honest, if I have to recant what I said earlier. I would watch this if someone had a background, just so I could listen to the soundtrack. To be honest, like I'm obsessed with the
True.
soundtrack. I'm not gonna lie. I just never, I've never
I
heard
definitely
that
don't know what
blend
the
of music
direction of it
before.
was.
It was just so unique.
Yeah. I don't know like what it was trying to convey in the movie.
I think it was trying to keep it more of a upbeat, but more of a mysterious, upbeat atmosphere. That's what I was getting from the music. I was like, yeah, yeah, this is good. This is good. I don't know what's going on, but this is good.
I got sushi tacos. I'm eating sushi tacos at a place and that's played in the background.
uh, but it was definitely a disappointment. We can and do you have anything else to add to it?
There's any, is there anything of note in here? Like any, I just want to see if there's like a
No, I don't
reception.
think there was any notes that we took, to be honest. That's
No,
uh,
that's not. I'm just looking at the wiki.
gotcha, gotcha.
It's described as a harebrained kaiju epic.
I harebrained, yes, but not an epic. No, a romp maybe.
Okay, I guess here's how they describe the music is unpredictable mishmash of 1960s pop and bossa nova.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
That's the music was like, oh yeah, it's from which is from Brazil and I mean Japanese are fucking crazy about Brazil. There's
Oh,
like a whole
this.
like giant community over there
Oh, this.
that like live in Brazil.
They definitely picked a definitely good, unique soundtrack for this film. It caught my attention. It
Yeah,
got me interested. I hope I can find the soundtrack to listen to. But
it's a
other than that,
unique film.
hmm?
I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's a very
It's a unique film.
it has
Yeah.
its own charm to it. To be honest, it does have its own charm, and I do warrant if you have HBO Max, it's not a major waste of your time to watch it one time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, especially if you're one of those people that just like having random stuff in the background, this is definitely good to have in the background because every time you look at the screen, something will be going on to entertain you. You won't know what's going on, but you'll still be entertained.
So I just started thinking of like that the dude who sprained his ankle after the blonde lady like got her like both of her legs crushed under like a giant
Oh yeah.
like metal structure and
And
was
she was
like
walking around just fine.
was helping carry him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was helping carry him.
Oh God, yeah, that was perfect. Perfect.
She's
Uh,
up there with some of the most powerful
what
characters in
was
the
she
kaiju
doing in
movie.
that building anyway? Why did she get separated? How did she get separated from the group?
I think she was doing science things.
Like,
She was their biologist.
yeah, but it just didn't make sense because everybody was together and then she magically wasn't with them and they were like, oh,
But
she's in that one
Doc,
building, let's go save her. It's like, what?
Dr. Lisa Schneider, played by Peggy Neal.
I will say during the movie, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to assume you were joking, but you kind of had a thing for
Yeah, joking.
her. She just did. I just don't like short hair. It's just not my thing.
Mm,
And that's on everybody. I
I
think
like all.
I think all humans should have long hair. I'm just gonna point that out.
I could go for long hair, and honestly, I also like the bald look on women too. But that's just me.
Yeah, I just got a thing for hair. I'm
Like
weird,
shaved.
but that's a different topic.
I don't think that's weird. I think that's pretty normal.
uh, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna shun somebody for having short hair and everything. It's just it's unattractive to me for some reason.
Hmm.
But again, that's another subject for another video.
Our, our what's attractive video the coming soon, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I need a subject for relaxed talk because I do not have any articles. Again,
No,
we're
yeah, that's all we can
y-
really say about this movie.
yeah we're starting to get into other things. So that was the X from Outer Space, 1.5 for me.
And 2.5 for me.
If you're still listening to the video, thank you for listening this long. Of course, you know the YouTube spiel: like or dislike the video, comment, and share it around. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. This will be a bye bye.
Bye bye.